Hello, everybody, and welcome to Rivier University in Nashua. We're moments away from kicking off this UPSL soccer game. John Collins along with Tom King on Nashua ETV. Tom, we get to do one of these at least every year. It's always a treat, the high-quality soccer that we get to witness.
Yeah, it's great. It's great quality soccer, John, and it's Nashua had a good season last year with a young team. They made it to the semifinals of the New England Conference and lost in the semis 1-0 down in Revere, against Boston Street. So today they're facing Bridgeport, and both teams, as you said, are 2 wins, 2 ties, and 2 losses. So deuces are wild in this one. Somebody is going to get a good springboard to a good berth if they can make the playoffs, and this will be interesting. And look at this, right off the bat, Bridgeport is right down on the attack.
Bridgeport in the white and of course, the blue. The darker jerseys belong to the home team, the International SC, which I believe stands for Soccer Club, but we go with
International
SC, right?
Soccer Club of Nashua, the Eagles.
In the United Premier Soccer League, the American League that was founded in Santa Ana, California in 2011 by a local team there, and has expanded from there to 400 teams in 41 states. So this is a widespread all over the country.
It really is, and they changed their schedule a couple of years ago.
And this is the New England division.
Yeah, they changed their schedule a couple of years. Oh, here's a break.
Right here by International, and a crossing pass finds no takers. Opportunity missed there for International SC of Nashua. Nice run on the left.
They changed their schedule a few years ago. So they made this starting in early April instead of mid to late May, and that would extend them into the summer where they could draw more fans. Mm-hmm. I'm always wearing layers to these games.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just they start in early April. It's cold, damp sometimes. And today we haven't had a nice May in terms of temperature. This is one of the colder days in May.
So Bridgeport is back on the attack, trying to set something here. And
they passed up a shot. They had a wide open shot. Here's a chance right there, just wide. They had a chance further out that I thought was clear, and instead they tried to pass it into the box and get something going that way. So in my mind, John, the better the skill almost sometimes leads to overpassing. So
looking for the perfect setup.
Yeah, looking for the perfect setup is right.
So the earlier charge down the field was Jordan Masiri, who is a name we said a lot last year in last year's game that we did. He's a threat here nearest to us, number 7, player to keep an eye on in the blue for Nashua.
Nashville lost 2-1 to Boston Street a few weeks ago.
Boston Street up there at the top of the standings, I think, with Brockton.
And they played one other. Brockton is
chipped
really
in
loaded.
the middle, and there was no communication there again for a run. I don't know who Masiri was looking to pass it to, but it ends up in the willing hands of the netminder, Oscar Mendez for Bridgeport.
Brockton's loaded. They have been. And
deep down the right side it goes to Santiago Marin, number 7. Pair of 7s on the near side, Tom, are the biggest threat so far early as they've been taking the ball deep for each team.
Yep, got a corner throw-in. But you know what? Even at this level, I don't see those long throw-ins. There's some high school teams that still are able to do it.
Yeah, and there's, of course, that bicycle, that flip throw-in that some teams are able to do. I don't know if that's legal in this league, but
no one does that in high school anymore.
No,
they usually.
Masiri trying to find his teammate on the right, and on the left, by the way, down the corner. That is Nick Awada, number 31. And
Awada had a goal, I believe, the last time I saw this team play. I missed their game, their home game that would come after the one I saw. And you know why I missed it? I went to cover, and Jeremy Zelenis, the GM, missed part of it too. I went to cover the Revolution 2 at Southern New Hampshire University.
Chance here for Bridgeport. Nutmeg their pass that almost found its intended recipient. That's a booming shot that goes high over the crossbar.
Yeah, don't take that shot too lightly. Had that been a little lower, it would have been a tester.
Certainly would have. That came off of the foot of number 8, Rodrigo Satizabal. And he has quite some power in that foot.
I know you stayed up all night practicing.
I wish I should have. So, yeah, there's some testers in here. But it'd be interesting to see there. Bridgeport wanted a handball there as it came up on the Nashua player. Far sideline looking to set up a crosser here. Misiri's lingering. He wants it on the far side if they could get it to him, but that's easier said than done. Ball into the corner, and a takeaway by Bridgeport.
Nashua's strength has been on the wings, not down the middle. That's one thing I think they're probably looking to improve on a little bit more.
That threat fizzled there. I think that was Nick Iwata in the corner that lost the handle on it.
Still going. I thought the referee would blow a whistle. Did not.
Foot race now. Defender Joseph Van Buskirk able to retrieve it. And International's netminder will boot it from his goal crease. Preston Neal between the pipes for International SC of Nashua. Minding the net to our right. On your screen on the left is Bridgeport's Preston Neal, and hasn't had been tested yet. That's a foul from behind. It'll be free kick for Nashua.
I'm going to need sunglasses to look at that goalie's outfit.
I was going to say, you're usually very cognizant of those neon colors.
Lime neon green.
Yeah, definitely not miss them out there. Good takeaway by Bridgeport here, and footwork too, as they move the ball downfield. Take a long shot that ends up on the foot of Nashua's netminder. Preston Neal. International trying to work the ball out of their own end, having a lot of difficulty. Bridgeport takeaway, trying to set up a shot maybe from distance here.
One's coming up now, maybe.
Good move to the middle, a chip. Trying to find his teammate on the right wing.
Again, that's a shot that was passed up.
It was.
He's got to put that on net.
Yeah, maybe curl one in there from that dangerous spot on the field.
He had a spot.
Yeah, that's... and instead, he's trying to tell... I think Santiago Marin that he should have cut in more. He's trying to tell him, and Tom wants to tell the passer that he should have taken the shot instead for Bridgeport.
Well, they passed up a couple of them already.
That one's out of bounds.
All right, so how come all day it was cloudy most of the time, and we come here now and the sun just...
Well, unlike Costello's, the sun's not in our eyes over here.
Right.
We're on the right side of the field for the shadow at this time of day.
Exactly.
Good intercept there by International. SC. Do they have like a traditional nickname? I don't think we...
Nashua does, the Eagles.
The Eagles, of
course.
course.
That's what I said. Yep, the Eagles of the International Soccer Club of Nashua.
Good footwork by the defender for Bridgeport, weaving his way out of trouble. Malake McGovern, or Malake McGovern. I guess that's an Irish first name.
I can't escape it. We're listening here. We're sitting here. You can hear the chirping from the birds, right? Right. So when I go down there on the field, when they're playing, I'll hear the chirping from the players.
Yeah, that's really loud chirping.
Because they do a lot of talking to themselves, to each other, and to the refs.
Play on the far wing, chipped ahead. Nice pass as Bridgeport advances. Nashua intercepts, and the ball bounces inside the sideline. Collected by International SC. The Eagles of Nashua on the move to the middle. Trying to break through the back line. This is onside. Foot race and a tackle. Is that going to be a penalty in the box?
Doesn't look like what. Let's see.
I think
He's
may
got
have
the
a
arm
call.
in the air. Let's see.
This is going to go with a corner kick.
Yep. Just
Interesting.
a corner. Yeah.
Tom, I have seen far less called a penalty kick
so have
on
I.
the international stage.
Right, exactly.
I don't know why.
Yes, I got to hand it to you, John Collins. You watch a lot of the international soccer. I don't.
I do, and that looked like, I mean,
Oh,
there's a shot and a save.
Oh, wow. Great opportunity. You know what? He gets that airborne, he's got a goal.
Alex Kobena, that's 25 for Nashua that shot that. That's Aras Ashrafi. Ashrafi letting it fly, and the biggest tester of the game on either goaltender so far this evening. 45-minute halves in UPSL play. We have 35 minutes remaining in this first half. We are scoreless. Both of these teams coming here with 2 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses each, tied for 4th place in the New England division of the UPSL, the nationwide league. And there is, I think, Boston Street and Brockton, as Tom mentioned, those teams are at the top.
Well, Boston
We're
Street
about 5 games in for
they
everybody.
were tough here. They responded. They were down. They got tying goal, and they got a game winner in the second half late, with 8 minutes to go to win that game.
Lead pass intended for Bridgeport's winger, Santiago Marin. He hits the crosser, but it's intercepted by the Eagles. Good lead pass. That's onside.
Oh, there he is.
A break-in ahead of the defender.
Left foot shot, no.
Trying to set it up in the middle. Oh, a great opportunity there. Missed by International. Sprinting ahead of the field was Nick Awada, and he tried to hit the trailer, and it was a whiff. Good hustle on the part of the defender for Bridgeport.
I think what Awada wanted to do is use his right foot, and he tried to settle it and then switch.
Yeah, it was Brendan Walsh that was in the middle there in the slot.
Yeah, waiting for it, right? Waiting for it.
Not able to connect.
No, I know it.
Checking the scores earlier in the season, it looked like the season high tally for Nashua, the Eagles, was 5. I believe they had 5 goals in a game at one time. They do have a player on the roster, Vanelton Xavier, who's leading the team in goals, three goals, not playing tonight. That's an issue for all teams. Sometimes the players can't make every game, Tom, right?
Right.
But the personnel that's out here looks pretty capable. They just need to convert one of these golden opportunities that we have seen develop in the first 10 minutes of this one.
Yep. 12 minutes in, no score.
Bridgeport working the ball to the near side. Good block. Trying to set something up on the near wing. And the throw in for the Eagles. Joseph Van Buskirk drops it onto the feet of teammate Aras Ashrafi, and it works its way all the way back to the Eagles goaltender, Preston Neal. Sideline official rules that this will be a throw-in for Bridgeport at midfield as they look for some semblance of a chance to equal the one that Nashua just had. There's a high lofting pass that Preston Neal's going to fair catch.
Time of possession so far, Bridgeport. Chances, Nashua.
Yes,
in my mind.
interestingly,
In my mind.
I agree. I put that missed pass to Walsh in the middle among those chances that were better than what we've seen from Bridgeport so far. A lot of it, I think, Tom, is Bridgeport playing so aggressively they're leaving themselves vulnerable in the back line.
Right, exactly, yep.
And that might come back to haunt them at some point in this match.
Well, I'll tell you what, they had some golden opportunities late in that Boston Street game that they just weren't able to cash in. Those birds are driving me crazy, John.
Of course, in the year since we did this game, Lionel Messi's joined the MSBL into your old stomping grounds.
65,000
at
Gillette Stadium.
How about that? And he delivered
2 weeks ago, and he did deliver. Yep, no doubt about it.
You talk about converting chances, and
give credit to those ticket holders because they had to buy those not knowing if he was going to play or not.
I agree.
Because he doesn't play them all.
Right, he doesn't.
And
Sometimes he gets hurt.
He doesn't like playing on the turf, the phony turf. He doesn't like it, and he doesn't want to do it. So, and that's what Gillette has.
But he did it that night. He had a goal and 2 assists or goal and assist, I think he had.
Yeah, a goal and I think 1 and 2, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
In a win.
In a 2-0 win.
And they were like highlight goals too.
Yep.
That's so remarkable to me that in a simple game like this, just a ball and a field and cleats, that a player could differentiate himself that much as he has. I mean, you just look at this UPSL schedule and the league and just how many players play soccer in this world.
That's just it. Look at this. Here's a chance right here with Nashua. Oh.
Yeah. How good do you have to be to make it to the professional ranks?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
I mean, look at what. Now, I saw the Rev 2 play.
Yeah.
It was a little bit above this, but there's some players here that might have a chance to crack the lineup there.
There's some athletes out here in front of us here tonight.
Yeah. And some of these guys are college guys still.
Right.
But it was good soccer, what I saw, and that's their minor league team.
Minor league team. Wow. Yeah.
So that's basically, that's what it is. It's like it's their AAA team.
And of course,
they're playing 8 games. They played 1 already. They had 7 left. They're playing 7 more games at Southern New Hampshire University.
Masiri with his head up, dances, taken away, divested of possession.
Yeah,
try
to go through 3 defenders. That never works, right?
Good step up by
chance
midfielder.
Now. They need the left foot shot, right? They need
the
curl
left one
foot.
in. It's like a right-footed.
Yeah, and again, 1-on-2.
Nickawada.
The numbers are always with Bridgeport. They cannot get that break. Here's a chance here. Nope, in the box. No one there.
The Eagles getting some good midfield play from Aristas Koloniadis, number 18. He stepped up and intercepted a pass where it looked like Bridgeport might be off to the races with a fast break. And right at midfield, he intercepted and sent the momentum back the other way. But again, Eagles not able to convert. Good steal there. Official thought that there was some high cleat activity there in the middle, looking for a foul, but it is possession. Nashua, so I don't think you would want to call a whistle there.
But we've
have
gone
advantage.
almost 20 minutes and no one's hit the deck yet.
Yeah, except for that penalty in the box that wasn't called.
It wasn't called, but the player got right up. He should have stayed down.
I guess so. I mean, it was a slight embellishment, but there was definitely leg-to-leg contact there. And here comes Bridgeport with some pace, sprinting through the defenders.
Blocked. It's going to be a corner. Well, let's see. Did it go over the end line or go out of bounds?
I believe you're right. I think it's going to be a corner.
Should be a corner. Yeah, they're loading up in the box.
First corner for Bridgeport so far this evening. Some of the longest days of the year we're into. Mid-May to, say, mid-July as the sun sets later.
Yeah,
June 21.
Better enjoy this while it lasts.
Right, I always do. Yeah.
That's the thing.
Won't get dark till what? Like
all right,
8 o'clock
so we've got a corner kick here, and Bridgeport is going to load up with their big guys in the middle.
Number 10 for Bridgeport taking this corner.
And now they get in deep that they can't see. The sun is in their eyes, and that was a big factor.
Yeah, you saw a lot of people shielding.
Yes, exactly.
There's a booming shot off to the right.
That's where the corner kick is dangerous, right? Because the ball's in the box, you get it out of the box, you breathe a sigh of relief, but if the other team still has possession, then it's a tough shot. John Collins, I'm going to head down on the field now while we get some sun and I can get some decent stills, and then I'll be back up with
first you have to pronounce this first name for me.
Well, first I got to be able to read it because I don't have my reading glasses on.
Yes. There's about, Tom's looking at a first name, starts with TH. It has approximately 17 letters in it.
Yeah, and I don't like the last.
And that's not
I don't like
exaggeration.
the last 5 because it's FATSO. That's look at the letters.
Oh,
read the letters.
you are correct.
Yes.
Uh-huh. So,
So I'm not touching that one.
How
John.
do we shorten this one without? It's Tiho. Tiho.
I bet
Seheshe.
they only call him Tio.
I bet you're right. Tiho. There's many more letters in the name, believe me, but we'll just call him Tiho. And he had that booming leg that we just saw, that last shot that went off to the right. He could be heard from again tonight. That was quality as far as keeping it at the right level. It would have been underneath the crossbar had he got it on frame. And Preston Neal would have been hard-pressed to save it. So we'll see if Tiho gets away another shot here. He's number 22 in the white jersey on the far side of the field right now as Preston Neal gets the ball back on his foot and plays it to his backline defender. Oliver Pinyashon. Listed as a midfielder, coming back to help out. Pinyashon plays it to his co-defender, number 12, Cedric Isho. And good job by the Eagles to advance the ball down the field. Kicked out of bounds, though, by the Bridgeport defense. Malake McGovern has had a few touches down there to thwart some Nashua surges. Throw in. Finds its way toward the box, chested away. Contested ball now. The Eagles come away with it. Shot from distance does not make its way through traffic. And Bridgeport intercepts, kicks it back to midfield. Moving it along. Tiho Seheshe deflected off of an Eagles player out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Bridgeport. 23 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the first half. First of two 45-minute halves here in the United Premier Soccer League New England Division. Battle of what now are fourth-place teams. The host, Nashua Eagles International SC, against GZS Bridgeport FC, Premier League level. They have a Division I level. Teams do get relegated, as they call it, in the British Premier League. Relegation means if you have a bad season, you get demoted to AAA equivalent for however long it takes you to earn your way back to the top level. These are two Premier level teams trying to convert on one of these chances and get on the scoreboard in a 0-0 match so far. Good teamwork here and good passing by Bridgeport. Tic-tac-toe up the sideline. And aggressive defense forces Bridgeport's attacker, Santiago Marin, to let the ball roll out of bounds off of an Eagles player. So it's a throw-in for Bridgeport as they look to test Preston Neal, the Nashua netminder. That's an easy chance for him, though. He's going to jump on that bouncing ball and have team in blue, the Eagles, set up as they work the ball up the right sideline. And a well-touched pass up the side, but unable to control it was Nick Iwata. He did have a step on the defender, but ball kind of eluded him over the sideline. Throw in for Bridgeport. John Collins with Tom King. Dylan Smith on camera. Our executive producer, Pete Johnson's alongside here at Rivier University. We're on top of the city, the plateau up here where we have our playing fields, the Joanne Merrill pitch and softball diamond are at the highest elevation in the city, I do believe. And it's just a beautiful day in May. Mother's Day tomorrow. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. including the soccer moms, which is a demographic, right? Looking for an idea here of how to advance on the Bridgeport front attackers. Both teams seem to be content to watch Nashua, the Eagles, dribble it between teammates here in their back line, but that drew some Bridgeport players forward, and now the Eagles see an opportunity to kick it forward, and something happened away from the ball. The official's going to call a violation against the Eagles that'll hand possession to Bridgeport. Had my eye on the ball, and our officials interrupting a mini skirmish, looked like, near the midfield stripe. So Bridgeport gets possession, and the Eagles promptly kick it back out of bounds. So advancing some territory to the right. Bridgeport's number 13, George Cortez, throws it in. Eagles have not been able to work this ball across the midfield stripe for, I want to say, 2 or 3 minutes, it feels like. Meanwhile, Bridgeport trying to set up a scoring opportunity here, getting closer. Good block by one of the midfielders for the Eagles, getting in the way of the shooting lane. Dancing around with it is Santiago Marin, and his deflected pass ends up near the back line, and alert play by Preston Neal to go collect it. Maybe boot this ball over the midfield stripe, get it advanced that way, and it's a really well-placed strike from the goaltender. Opportunity there for possible scoring chance, but unable to beat the double team that leaped upon him. Samuel Asantha, number 10 for Nashua. That was a restart before the official gave the okay by Bridgeport. It was an immediate whistle. I don't think they're going to allow him to kick it again. Yep. Guess it's not a foul to do that. Alex Cobena has it on his foot as he passes it to George Cortez. Cortez gives it back to Cobena, who booms it forward. Far side, Tiho Saheshe into the corner. Crosser kicked over the end line up into the netting. So it's going to be a corner kick from the opposite direction that Bridgeport just had it. They seem to be gaining ground by the minute here. We've been looking to our right for about the last 5 minutes. Bridgeport ratcheting up the pressure on Preston Neal, the Nashua netminder, and his team. Here comes the corner kick. It's a lofty kick into the middle, and we had a whistle before the header. Not quite sure what the violation was there, but had that ball gone in, it wouldn't have counted. A yellow card is administered to number 7, Santiago Marin, one of the better players for Bridgeport. Apparently was in the face of Preston Neal where he shouldn't have been on the restart with the goal kick, and he was issued a yellow card by the officials. So can't get another one. That's number 7 in the white jersey there for Bridgeport. The first yellow card of the game. The Eagles trying to advance it down the near side, taken away by Bridgeport. Ball at midfield. Cobena trying to hit Tiho on the fly. That would have been onside, but great teamwork between Preston Neal, the netminder, and his backline defender to thwart the attack. That was number 4, Brendan Walsh, who got back there with Tiho Saheshe. One got away from not a happy netminder for Bridgeport at all. It's a phenomenon you often see when you watch an international league play. The goaltender often acts as a coach on the field, to be kind, but often scolding the players in front of him about what they could have done better to avoid a heart-stopping goal-scoring opportunity. See the netminder chastising his team sometimes for yielding a scoring chance, and you just want to say, hey, if everybody was that good, there was no such thing as scoring chances, we wouldn't need a netminder. So that's the flip side. Out of bounds, near side, and it's going to be a Bridgeport play-in. Plenty of room to work with here. The Eagles drop back into full defensive mode with just under 15 minutes to go first half. This has yielded some scoring chances, though, for Nashua as they go behind the back line defenders. They do it again here. That could have been called a foul if the player went down, but he toughed it out. Curling it in the middle. That's onside. Received on the foot of Awanda, but he wasn't able to convert it into a shot on goal. That's a kind of an easier chance for Bridgeport's netminder, who pounces on it. Oscar Acosta Mendez in the bright neon lime uniform was able to handle that one pretty easily off the foot of Eagle Aristus Kolniadis. Good attack that time. The lead pass that was collected by Samuel Asanta. Good teamwork by the Eagles as they, again, tried to take advantage of the overly aggressive Bridgeport team. So many players coming up the back line, getting higher and higher, opening up more space between them and the goaltender. And a few times now, the Eagles have almost been able to exploit that. There's a long pass trying to find Santiago Marin into the corner, but out hustling Marin to get to the ball first, and this is going to be a throw-in on the side rather than a corner kick. Good job getting back there by number 24, Joseph Van Buskirk. In blue, the defender for the Eagles. Awaiting this throw-in, it goes over his head. Eagles player gets a header on it. Tiho tried to kick that one at mid-bounce. Tiho Seheshe, number 22 in the white jersey for Bridgeport, but I think the ball ended up hitting him in the chops. He shakes it off as play resumes. Not quite a handball, but a face ball. And had he connected, that would have been trouble. Trying to time it up for Misiri, number 7 for Nashua, was ahead of the field there, but the ball bounce didn't cooperate. Eagles taking it to the left side now. A sliding tackle is legal. Getting to the ball first was Santiago Marin, but a good intercept by Van Buskirk. And the Eagles now on the threatening attack. Taking it deep. On the right side, Bridgeport defenders getting in the passing lane. A step up there, intercept by Samuel Asanta. There's a shot from a bad angle by the Eagles. Going to go harmlessly up over the net out of bounds. And it'll be a goal kick for Bridgeport. GZS. Football club out of Connecticut in the New England division. There's about a dozen teams from Boston to Worcester, down to Bridgeport and to Rhode Island and to right here in Nashua at this beautiful Joanne Merrill Field, a facility high atop the Gate City. Teams trading possessions here on some long passes. Near side. Getting some quality touches in this game. Samuel Asantha shoots it into the middle. Some hard contact there, but legal play as Bridgeport gets it out of the danger zone. Hustling all the way back to intercept. Number 22 for the Eagles is Joshua Asantha. Playing with his brother Samuel in this one. Joshua is 22. Samuel is number 10. Ball on the far side, looking for a goal-scoring opportunity again. The Eagles, they bounce it up into the air and actually goes over the netting back there. Someone's going to have to get another soccer ball to resume play with. They got one right on hand. For a corner kick, deflected shot off of a Bridgeport defender. And that's why the Eagles have a corner kick here as it slices in a very dangerous spot. Oh, you'd think there was a chance for a one-touch shot there, but the dribble kind of took it a little bit too wide. Contact, the shot, and a nice save by Oscar as he goes to his left. That might have hit the post, might have deflected in, but a good boot from Joshua Asantha sent the netminder scrambling. Oscar Mendez got a left hand on it, was able to save it, and it'll be a goal kick for him. Another great chance for the Eagles. 0-0 remains our score, though. Ball goes out of bounds near side off of a Bridgeport player, so it'll be a throw in for Van Buskirk of the Eagles as he looks to advance the ball. Still plenty of time left in this first half, 9:25. The shove there and no call kind of mystified the Eagles. Samuel Asantha, he thought there should have been a whistle, but instead it's the Bridgeport team's ball. Curled into the middle, dangerous crossing pass there. Contested headers. Big shot and a save. Preston Neal, the rebound's right there, and a defender gets in the way of the rebound play. A fortunate series of ricochets and bounces there for the Eagles as Preston Neal was standing in the middle of the net and basically would have been the victim of the Bridgeport attacker had he been able to place it better. It was almost anywhere else would have been tough at that point-blank range to stop, and yet the ball was right at Neal. Fortunate for him. Wasn't able to catch it or control the rebound, and then the follow-up play ricocheted off of a body, a blue jersey body in front, so there was no goal. Espo scores on the rebound. There is a kick out of bounds to the left, and again, somewhat taking advantage of the aggressive attack of Bridgeport. Everybody all in up front. The Eagles move the ball quickly down the field, and it'll be a goal kick for Oscar Acosta Mendez of Bridgeport. Got a whistle. That ball is ruled out of bounds off of Bridgeport, so throw in for the Eagles. And doing the honors will be Joseph Van Buskirk. Back to the defenders. Number 17 is Bryce Borletto McCrae for Nashua. He assists in getting the ball far down the right sideline and out of bounds off of Bridgeport. So an advantageous throw in here for the Eagles to see if they can do something with it, with just under 7 minutes to go in the first half of a scoreless matchup here so far between the host International SC of Nashua, the Eagles, and the visiting GZS Bridgeport Football Club of Connecticut. Retaining possession in the offensive zone are the Eagles. Dancing around with the ball is Joshua Asantha. Good one-touch pass, good return pass. The Eagles on the move here, cutting it back into the middle, but right there to intercept was defender Malake McGovern. throw in for the Eagles. 6 minutes to go now in this game. Between two talented teams in the UPSL New England Division. 6 games into their spring season. Long kick, trying to find the lead attacker. Van Buskirk has it. He tried to thread it through traffic and couldn't. To a teammate deeper in the box, middle. And Bridgeport back on the attack, having to shield his eyes against the sun over there. Midfielder for Bridgeport. Possession taken away by the Eagles. And if this is onside, this is a chance. Kind of a wild kick there on the run by Samuel Asanta. He got behind the backline defender, and it was a well-timed run and pass. And again, Bridgeport's defense rolling the dice as they move up the field and keep that back line pretty high. And the Eagles keep trying to take advantage of it. Samuel Asanta there trying a very difficult shot on the run to beat the goaltender, Oscar, who came pretty far out to challenge that play. As Tom King returns to us. Under 5 minutes to go first half. We're still scoreless, Tom.
Come on, I can't get away with like pushing you down the way that they do down there. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable. A couple of
ref
calls
is letting
that
him
were,
play.
He is letting them play all right.
I mean, he set the tone when he didn't call that penalty kick.
Yeah, exactly.
Long, I still can't understand what the
But
explanation was.
When you have a breakaway on the left wing and all of a sudden the guy behind you just throws you down. Here's another ball in the box. They've had plenty of them.
Yeah.
Great job down here on the right side by ISC to keep the ball out of the net on that flurry about 5 minutes ago. But, boy, they are passing up some shots, and Eusebio Marote knows it. And he's going like this a couple of times. Very deliberate, passing back to set up. He wants them to attack.
Yeah.
He wants them to be on the attack.
Bridgeport coming back on the attack. This could be a goal kick on if they can catch it.
Yeah, he got it. Yep.
But he keeps it in play rather than pick it up, and it's going to be out of bounds off of the Eagles.
Not a good play there.
No.
You do not want to give them the ball deep. That's where they do their damage from that side.
In the middle, that would have been a one-touch, I think, kick, but they, again, pass it up. Trying to get too fine. Diego Cardosa, the head coach. Eusebio Marote, also listed as a coach.
Eusebio Marote is the head coach.
Sorry, Eusebio, the head coach.
Yep, Diego is the assistant.
I just had Diego. They have him.
Yep. Eusebio had quite a year down at Northern Essex Community College. I think regional coach of the year. They took his team. The team went to the national playoffs, the whole bit. I mean, they had a really good fall.
Jeremy Zelenis is the general manager.
We know him from Nashua North, Nashua North coach.
And, of course, the first guy I saw when I walked through the tunnel down below was Jared Barboza.
Can't miss him.
He's here. He loves
You'd like to,
the
but
game.
you can't. No.
Good pass down the near sideline, but nope, it goes out of bounds. The right idea, but just not able to convert. Players breathing a little bit heavier here. Almost, was that a forearm to the face?
Looked it, didn't it? Boy. They're taking whatever they can get away with, right? That's the way they're operating. Both teams are operating.
Referee is kind of shaking his head like, I'm not impressed.
They're checking for blood.
I don't know if he really had a good look at that because that was the shot to the face. Back on his feet, running downfield.
Would have been worth a card, I thought.
Yeah, we do have a card in the game.
Yep.
And that was for harassing the goaltender, I think, on the restart. And one of the best players on Bridgeport is operating on a yellow card. That is number 7. Excuse me, Tom.
Clock is stopped on the board.
Santiago Marin has a yellow card for Bridgeport. Oh, yeah, you're right. They're keeping the time down on the field.
Yeah, they do that. 2 minutes left, yeah.
What a chance Bridgeport had. The point-blank shot on Preston Neal, and he hit it right into his chest.
Right at him.
There was a rebound, but then the Eagles defenders got back in the way.
And it was deflected away.
Yep.
The couple of bounces back and forth. There was a lot of heavy action down in front, but Neal with a great save.
Throw in for the Bridgeport. It was.
Best chance of the day, but
Yeah,
I still think from what I saw down here that Nashua was passing up some shots. They would have been far out, but they were passing them up. Oh, here's a chance right here. They could get some speed.
Good collection of the ball. Shot saved by Oscar.
What a save!
Oh, tremendous.
Oh, my.
Getting a shoulder in the way of that. And what great work that the attacker for Nashua did, Tom, to beat 2 defenders. And Nick Iwata was able to shed both of the defenders, and it was just him
Great play.
and Oscar Mendez.
Nashua's best chance by far. Now we'll have a quarter kick. Let's see what they can do with it.
Slices in the middle, headed away by the Bridgeport defense. Ball still, no?
This is the sign, though, John. We're going back and forth, back and forth. This is a sign of 2 evenly matched teams. I mean, really evenly matched teams.
Yeah, it's been great goaltending play on both ends, especially
good chances on both ends.
Oscar Acosta Mendez.
Good chances on both ends, but boy, Mendez, geez, what a save.
Yeah, he put himself right in the shooting lane, just enough to get a shoulder on it. That is the end.
John, from this angle, looking at him, looks like he's wearing a onesie. It goes right down, all one color.
Yeah. Number 12.
So we have played 1 half here at Joanne Merrill Field on the campus of Rivier University. The score is the Nashua Eagles of the International Soccer Club 0 and Bridgeport 0. So stay tuned. Stay with us for the second half right after this.
Let's get us a goal.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father.
Crippling depression, anxiety, exhaustion.
I was in prison and her mom had a heart attack.
There's a lot of institutional issues and challenges that suggest to us that dads aren't essential, and I've always rejected that.
Sometimes you don't have to know everything about being a dad. You just gotta be there.
Welcome back to Nashua's Rivier University, Joanne Merrill Field. We are about to begin the second half of this UPSL matchup between the host International SC Eagles of Nashua and the GZS Bridgeport Football Club.
Now, I just noticed something. I've been here for a whole half of soccer, and I just noticed that there are, well, let's see where the oh, he's not on the field. Okay.
They are officials, but they're sideline people.
Yeah, sideline people. All right, so I was wondering
keeping
about
track
that.
of the offsides.
Yeah.
You got the one
you've got
ref
two,
roaming the whole field.
Yeah, you've got 2 linesmen and 1 ref. All right,
who's letting them play.
I was surprised that there were 2 refs.
Yeah.
Yep.
We had a, to me, controversial non-call in the first half. Thought there might have been a penalty called in the box. I didn't get to ask Jared what he thought about that, but.
Well, I just wonder I wonder what he thought about the push down here where you just got leveled and thrown down.
Yeah. So there's some, well, you could call some question calls. We had 1 yellow card issue.
They wouldn't have caught Dante, though. Dante can run fast. So they wouldn't have caught him.
Santiago Mara, number 7 in the white jersey, right underneath us here, has a yellow card against him. But we have no goals. 0-0 so far here in this New England Division matchup So game 6 of the season for both teams. Eagles coming out on the attack after the opening kickoff here in the second half. 2 45-minute halves. John Collins along with Tom King, cameraman Dylan Smith, and our executive producer Pete Johnson alongside.
Ooh.
They do just draw. There's no overtime, as Tom pointed out to me at halftime. A lot of draws in the records. Both these teams with a
Preston Neal's
draw.
going to face some trouble here.
Weaving his way through traffic, Santiago Marin.
Got to get it to somebody open if you're Bridgeport, but you can't find anybody because Nashua's done a great job defensively in front
They
of
had
Neal.
at least 4 blue jerseys in the way of Santiago Marin there and his teammates at the top of the box. So as close as they were to Preston Neal, the Nashua netminder, no real quality chance there developed for Bridgeport. Sliding tackle. You know what we have not yet had, Tom, is a foul, a tackle called not in the box, but just outside it. You know, when it's
we haven't had many free
kicks. Yeah. There's an ambitious play into the corner, and it's a good
speed.
connection with some angle on the net. There's a takedown, and they're not going to call that either. It was a kind of just a bump from behind. That might get called as players hit the deck.
Yep, it does.
Players debating whether that was a dirty play over there. You have number 10 for Nashua, and you have, for Bridgeport, and number 31 for Nashua, discussing whether one player crossed the line a bit or not. Resumption of play. Bridgeport with it. And downfield come Bridgeport. They get thwarted at midfield, though. Good intercept.
In my mind, if you look at these two teams, Bridgeport's ability. Hold on. Let's see what we got here. In deep.
And Bridgeport's going to intercept, drive the Eagles back away from the goal, all the way to midfield.
In my mind,
It's going to get played back to the goaltender.
Bridgeport's ability to control the ball moving down the field is better. Nashua's speed is better.
Preston Neal, good connection, far sideline.
Oh, that's a nice pass.
Trying to develop something here.
Yeah,
the
they've
Eagles
got it. Right on the edge
into
of
the box, right on the
Yep,
edge.
trying to get the shot off, but it's blocked.
Yeah, good job by Bridgeport just to get right in that shooting lane.
Yeah.
Give up nothing.
Not much space for anybody in this game.
Back to Preston Neal. He might try that again. He's got a good leg. And
Wada had the most, right? He had the chance right there in front. Great save.
off the shoulder, it looked like, of Oscar Acosta-Mendez, who's been tested by the Eagles. Long pass. First to get there will be Bridgeport, and they'll probably usher it out of bounds for a goal kick. They do.
So now we are at 7. No, not 7. We're almost 5 minutes in. But there are going to be some opportunities here.
Yeah. And
because the other thing that you got to wonder about, John, is fatigue, right?
Right. And, you know, as the referee kind of set the tone for allowing some physical contact, could get a little chippy. You never know. People think they can get away with more.
Exactly.
Into the corner. There's an example
right there.
There's
an example right there with a trip.
Yeah. They're going to call that a goal kick.
Yeah, goal kick.
And that's the thing where you maybe could have called it a corner kick if you want to be.
You know, there hasn't been a lot of screaming and yelling, though, for
No.
calls. I'm surprised.
So maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
Not much swimming and diving today.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're shocked about that, huh?
Yeah, I am.
Throw in for the Eagles. Back to the goaltender, Preston Neal, to play it safe. He's going to boot it to the far side. getting in the way of a pass back to the goaltender, number 16, Daniel Villalba for Bridgeport. Villalba got good speed up front, number 16 player to watch.
If you get a win in this game, you're going to earn it.
Yeah.
You know, this is that kind of game. You're really going to earn it.
Teams vying for that all-important first tally. That could be the only tally the way this thing's gone. Potential game winner. On the far sideline. Played up ahead. Foot race here. Good shoulder by the Bridgeport forward, Villalba, but even better defensive work by the Eagles to take the ball away.
You know what?
We've
been watching too much girls lacrosse where you can't put the body on, you can't play defensively.
You're right.
Your stick touches their stick, the whistle blows, the whistle blows, the whistle blows. We're not used to this contact, pushing around and everything else, right?
Sort of watching the Bruins game last night. A lot of hitting. It's part of the game. Preston Neal's had a lot of touches so far here in the second half. Trying to set up a teammate from deep. He's able to do it. Gains a lot of ground with those goal kicks. Free kick for
I
the
thought
Eagles.
they'd call that.
Started right away.
Yep.
Do we have an offside? No. What?
Referee did not signal the start yet, right?
Right.
So they have to
That's
redo
right.
the kick.
Yeah, he started too quickly there.
And which you can do if you're, if you
allowed, but,
but
not that case.
Not that case. No, not there.
The Eagles with a threat here. Get the ball deep. Crosser.
Nobody
finds
there.
No one.
You know who was a
What a tremendous speed to pick that
who
ball
was
up.
a master of the quick kick? Was South standout who's going to graduate in a few weeks. Sante Somerostro.
Oh, wow. He was fun
He was
to
a
watch
master
play.
of that. Master at that.
Into the corner. Masiri. Ball must have went over the line. The whistle sounded. And it will be a goal kick for Oscar Acosta-Mendez. He's going to roll it near side. Gabriel Aguilar is number 23. And he is divested of it, but goes out of bounds off of the Eagles. Throw in. Bridgeport. Under 37 minutes left. Prediction, Tom, will there be a goal in this game?
I say no.
Oh. Interesting.
Yep.
I don't think I saw any 0-0 draw in either team's record. A takeaway.
Of course, look at this.
Right away.
And
goal!
it's goal!
And does that count? Yes, it does.
I knew it. I knew it.
Oh, boy.
And that was as soft a play as you could find, right?
Yes.
There was nothing hard about that play.
Nick Awada scores.
Nothing hard about that play.
And it was a giveaway
the
by
ball rolls,
Bridgeport.
a turnover,
Yeah.
all alone. All he had to do was slow roll it into the net. There was all this fire that we've seen all game long. And it was the softest play of the game.
Anticlimactic almost.
Exactly.
With the type of goal that Oscar Acosta-Mendez yielded. But he couldn't get to it in time. And because he couldn't get to it, it was just a one-on-one play where Nick Awada just hit the equivalent of what looked like a pass and it just rolled,
It was a chip
as Tom
shot.
said.
Just a roller.
Yeah, slow motion goal.
Yeah.
1-0. The Eagles, International SC of Nashua, lead. It's battle of, right now, it's a battle for fourth place.
You didn't hear Jared yell,
No.
He was very calm today. Very calm.
Yes.
You take a sedative or something, Jared? What's going on here?
Jared Barbosa, International SC CEO, is up with us. Yeah, I think with the win here and a loss, Villanova loses, could be in third. Jared points out. So yeah, climbing up the standings is the hope for Nashua International SC Eagles, and taking a big step toward it by taking a 1-0 lead in this game.
Boot.
Right to the goaltender, Preston Neal.
Yeah, right to him. I mean, they went for broke there, hoping that maybe somebody could get in there and get a header on it, but it was almost too far.
He punts it on ahead. This is a good chance for the Eagles. And
3
they're
on
moving
2.
it.
3 on 2.
And a whistle. We have an offside.
Offside, yeah.
Wow. Didn't notice that, but it'll be Bridgeport ball. Yeah, I think. Oh, a yellow card came out. A yellow card came out. And it's going to be against a Nashua player. Was it against the coach? Thank you. Eusebio?
It's on Eusebio? Oh,
Diego
Oh, okay.
Cardoso.
Oh, Cardoso, yep.
Yeah.
I can see that.
He's talking mad on the
Yeah,
sideline.
I can see. I've been on that sideline before. I can see that.
What, did he? That play was not offside, and because of what he said, that's why the whistle.
What
went?
he said was he didn't think it was offside. Right? He argued it. Yeah.
Oh, he argued it. I
Yeah,
get you.
that's
Okay,
why.
yeah. I thought he caused the play to be stopped.
No.
He was
No.
arguing against it. And you know what, Diego? I agree with you.
You got the
I
version.
don't think it was offside.
You got the version of a technical.
Yeah.
33-38 left to play here in a scoreless. No, it's not a scoreless game anymore because I jinxed it. 1-0 in favor of the Eagles.
Wow, that was instant.
Looking for. I mean, it couldn't have been 10 seconds.
You know, that happens in the fire department all the time. They say, "You get any calls yet?" No, we haven't got any calls.
Yeah, that'll
30
do it.
seconds
Oh,
later.
forget it. Yeah, the floodgates
Or
open.
you can't use the Q word.
Right.
Quiet. But yeah, Awada slides it past Mendez. There's a trip and a fall.
Is he going to get the kick? Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. It's a spot on the field, Tom. You could
You could
potentially
do something. You could do something here. Let's see. Trip is called for the direct kick. Players are lining up at the edge of the box. It's an indirect. So let's see.
see if he curls one over the wall, which
Yep.
is not really
Yep.
that many
Low.
people, and it's easily
Low
headed
into
away.
the wall, yep.
Yep. Into traffic. Bridgeport with it. Chips it on ahead. Foot race for the ball near sideline. Bilalba chips it ahead to himself.
But suddenly Bridgeport has been stagnant offensively. They haven't been able to do a whole lot.
No. Yeah. We've been
one,
looking to our right.
The one long kick that went into Neal,
Since
and
the
he was
beginning.
able to catch it.
I noticed one player that's not out there for
For Nashua.
Bridgeport.
Bridgeport.
Yeah, number 22, Tiho Saheshe, who I
Yes.
thought was effective. You know, his touches were certainly that kick of his. He's got a booming foot.
Well, if you take a look at their bench, it's not too deep, is it? Nashua's got a big bench. Bridgeport
Yeah.
does not. They didn't travel with many.
And I don't know if it's free substitution. And, you know, of course, the Premier League, Pro League, you take somebody out, they're out.
Right.
For the whole match. But can you free substitute, Jared? Can you put players back in if they were taken out? You cannot. So we've seen the last, apparently, of Tiho Saheshe.
Yeah.
I hope he's not hurt.
$31:15 to play on the clock, that is. Let's see what the ref's time is. Let's see if there's any stoppage time.
A throw in
They haven't
for
many
Bridgeport.
stops.
No. Teams trading possession here.
Now, Bridgeport needs
Siri, take
they
away.
Need, they need somebody to take the game over for them offensively. The way that Wada has done it for Nashua.
Yeah,
They're
they
not
seem to
able to
be
do it. Look at this.
Low energy right now.
Yeah, I think they're tired.
To the corner and out of bounds.
It'll be Bridgeport ball.
Yeah, you're right. Bridgeport throw in. Excuse me. So that's a free kick actually, just inside the line. Trying to advance it with a booming foot here. Maybe they.
That's something that Nashua has not done today. They've been
was a
very
long
deliberate
kick.
with their plays. Bridgeport,
Villalba.
not so much.
Try to head it on to Santiago Marin, but it bounced
Bounces
high out
out.
of bounds.
Yep. Nashua, if you see, they'll go back. They'll be very deliberate, not moving up the field right away, which I think perturbs Barote a little bit. But you see Bridgeport, their style, get it downfield, boot it high and far, hasn't worked. But now, of course, they're a little bit more desperate. They're down 1-0 with under 30 minutes to play.
Yeah. This free kick taken by Bridgeport. Santiago Marin trying to go one-on-one near side with the defender, Brendan Walsh. And again, the Eagles get the better of that battle. They kick it downfield. A foot race here. It's going to be won by the defender for Bridgeport. He plays it to goaltender Oscar Mendez, who gets it out to midfield, but headed back toward the Bridgeport goal by the Eagles. Have been dominating the time of possession and the chances here in the second half.
Chance here if they want to take it from afar, unless they want to set out. They're going to redo and restart. They had a chance.
Goes to the middle, taken away by Kaleba.
Here's a chance here.
Kobina,
Looking for that through pass to be onside. Let's see if it is.
It is.
And
Chipped over the head off the post.
Oh, my. Defender knocked it away.
Just in time because there was a Eagles player ready to just tap it home.
I think the ball was going in. I don't think it needed to be tapped home.
The spin would have taken it in, yeah.
What's the number on that player from the far side?
It might have been number 5 with
That's what I thought.
Save in the middle.
Nope.
Or 4. Did you see who made the save there in the middle for Bridgeport, Jared?
It's the player who's right there with the ball right now.
Okay. But it was a nice chip by number 18 for the Eagles, Aristas Kolniadis. He hit the crossbar right where it meets the post.
There's another one.
Shot.
Topped it.
Oscar Mendez makes the save.
Stopped it.
Yeah,
Looked like me on
it.
the first tee. Just got the top of it here. This player right there at midfield.
Number 23.
No, not him. No, the far side, right
the
there.
far side, number 10?
Yep.
I don't have number 10.
That's who it was.
Unfortunately. Yeah, great stop. And that would have been a dagger because goals are so hard to come by. A 2-0 lead would be a mountain at this point, especially with the lack of energy that Bridgeport seemed to come out with here in the second half. Maybe they're just going to get a second wind in a moment. There's a long ball into the corner. 2-on-1 as the Eagles get numbers back on defense. And the takeaway, cleanly done.
And now they're going to bring it right up the field.
Through the legs. Yeah, good long ball here.
There's the speed that Nashua's got. They're going to try to use it. They're also being very physical.
A lot of handsiness there, and it might have been called.
I think it was.
And it might be a yellow card.
Let's see. I don't think. Oh, he's got it out.
It's kind of like a cynical play where you grab onto the jersey, and of course they're going to call it.
They're going to call the yellow.
Yeah, it was a bit too much of the grabbing.
If I'm not mistaken, that's on the same player who made the defensive stop.
Well, it better not be on Santiago Marin, but he's claiming that the player that got whistled for it is. Turns around, I'll tell you who it is. He's claiming he got grabbed too.
So a free kick.
Yep, a free kick in a really advantageous spot for the Eagles to go right at Oscar Mendez.
Got to curl it.
I believe this may be Joshua Asantha who kicked it far side, rattled around in the deep box near the crease.
And it was booted out by another defender.
Still not out of danger as Bridgeport.
Oh!
Couple players grab each other and they let them play.
Threw him down. Another one. That's just.
There shall be
go.
no penalty kicks in this game.
No, I know. They're letting him go. Because that was outside the box, I believe, just outside it. I think. It wouldn't have been a PK, but it still would have been a free kick.
There was a little bit of a punch thrown there, I believe.
We got another one coming out?
Well, it wasn't. No, it was just kind of a missed swat. Gabriel Aguilar for Bridgeport, number 23.
Yeah, now Nashua's retreating because Bridgeport's going to have a free one.
Yeah.
Right to our left.
Alex Kobina will take it for Bridgeport.
Low and kicked away.
Yeah, that was kind of maybe a little too ambitious there to try to get through all those bodies on the ground, on the turf.
So you know what you do? You force Neal to make a play. You kick it over it. Kick it over the bodies. Right? Right?
Exactly. I would have went up top with that. Sure.
Sure, definitely. From that
Curl
far
it
out,
in.
yeah.
For a header, maybe.
You haven't had the connection from outside to inside when you're Bridgeport. They haven't been able to do it.
Ball gets played all the way back to the netminder.
Nashua with 3 golden chances, 4 really golden chances in this game, and they've capitalized on one of them.
Well, one of the Nashua players was way outside there. He had to tag up. And Mendez's kick, high, lofter, headed to midfield by the Eagles, intercepted by
And now all of
Bridgeport.
a sudden, Nashua's losing the midfield. They were winning it
Yeah.
for a while.
Aguilar kicks the ball down, trying to connect with a teammate on the run, ends up being in the possession of Preston Neal, the netminder for the Eagles, and he shovels it on ahead. Masiri with a good give and go through the legs of the defender, trying to
That was
communicate.
close.
There, yeah. Create a run through the middle. Awada was the intended recipient there from Masiri, who's got it again.
Yep, Masiri's
Masiri
going
trying to go through 3 defenders.
Yeah, he's trying to use his speed and physicality to try to just burst, get that energy burst, but Bridgeport's not falling for it.
to midfield.
But 3 bodies are back
Yeah,
for Nashua.
Walsh.
Blue
Oh, that's
jersey. Oh!
tricky. And Villalba gets tripped, and they're going to say, play on.
Yeah, you know why? I don't think he got tripped. I think he
tripped
tripped himself.
Yeah. Tried to change direction and tripped over his own feet.
Yep, I think
apparently.
so. Well, I don't know. Look at this.
Whoa.
No, they're going to change the call.
Pass back.
back.
What is a pass back?
Oh, the keeper can't touch. That's right. That's right. Yep. Yep.
So not a penalty kick, but a goal, a kick in the a free
Oh,
kick
I
in the
saw.
penalty
I
box.
saw this. Nashua South had
Yeah.
the same opportunity in the tournament game against Bedford, and they missed the kick.
A pass back.
They had a
Wow.
point blank free kick.
Bridgeport may not get a
Against
better
the
scoring
wall.
opportunity for the rest of this game. Villalba
Tipped away.
doesn't get any kickoff.
Wow.
And Nashua's going to boot this out.
I don't know. Is that the right way to play that? I guess the wall is so close. See, the problem with that kick, John, is the wall is so close that you can't really get it over it. So you've got to pass it to an open player. That's the problem. And I
You're
remember
in too close.
And I remember in the South game, they shot it. I think Sante was taking the shot, and he tried to get it over the wall and didn't quite make it. It was in the first half of their loss to Bedford in the quarterfinals.
Aguilar's pass
Same
a little
call.
bit too hard there
The
for Villalba.
same call. Goalie is not allowed to touch it on that play.
Yeah. But then again, if he doesn't touch it, it's going to be an easy chance for the.
Well,
he has to kick it.
player tripped.
He has to kick it. He can't pick it up.
Right.
Right. Instead of picking it up. That's what the play is. Out of bounds off Bridgeport. 21 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the second half, and in this matchup between host International SC, the Eagles of Nashua, and the visiting Bridgeport team is tied in the standings momentarily, but an advantage here, 1-0 for the Eagles. As the skies darken over Joanne Merrill Field, and so does that difference in the shading that you noticed, Tom, in the sunlight, that kind of fading with,
Yep.
with the night, right?
Yep.
The two-tone field is very apparent in the sun. Bridgeport kicking the ball up the sideline. Brendan Walsh is there. Cabana was able to play it to Santiago Marin, and it ends up on Aguilar's foot, goes across the field. So Bridgeport moving the ball rather smartly, out of bounds off of a Eagles player. Throw in for Bridgeport, trying to equalize the game. They're down 1-0 on a second half tally by the Eagles. Nick Awada. Long pass here to Bridgeport defenders get back, but they're going to boot
Ooh.
it towards the end line. A hustle play, trying to keep it in bounds and not give up the corner
Yeah,
kick.
does
Able
not-
to do it. Is
Not want to
Oscar
lose
Mendez.
possession. Doesn't
Yeah.
want the side throw or the
Yeah.
corner.
Oscar Mendez, good recognition there. He had a long run for that to
Yep.
get to it. And he had to start early. Read it right away. A mishit by one of his defenders. Corner kick avoided, but it is a throw-in for the Eagles as they look for an insurance tally. Headed up in the air, still not out of danger. Now 3 headers in a row by Bridgeport, able to move it upfield. Oscar Mendez grabs it, plays it to the right. Out of bounds off of Bridgeport. Throw in Eagles.
Time to start looking at the clock a little bit. We're under 20.
Yep. Taking some glances. There's a jersey pull. Aguilar gets called.
Another free kick.
Yeah, in a dangerous spot.
Yep.
If you're Bridgeport, have to defend this. Just as good as a corner kick, really. I mean, it's, well,
Yeah.
they pass it up. I don't know why you do that. It was out of bounds, and that will be a goal
kick. And that's why
Yeah.
you do that. You try to force the corner, and you didn't do it, but you had the chance
Yeah.
right there. Kick it into the box and let something happen.
Sure.
18:06 left to play in regulation in the game, but that's minus the stoppage. That's before the stoppage time, if there is any. I don't know. There's a couple of yellow cards, so you might want to. Ref might want to add about 30 seconds. Not much time to add though. There hasn't been much of a stop.
Oscar Mendez goal kick goes out of bounds, and the Eagles will throw it in. Long crosser.
Ooh.
Oh, between the
here it
legs,
is.
look out. He's still got it. Kick, out of
Blocked.
bounds, corner kick. Jared Barboza said, look out for this guy right here. As soon as he got the ball on his foot, Cedric Isho. Is that how you say it, Cedric? Cedric Isho. The most entertaining player out there. Dynamic, certainly with possession. He went right through the defender's legs as he gained ground and forced the corner kick as he ricocheted off a defender. Let's see what we get here.
Going to be in there.
Good low liner and a header by Bridgeport. They get to it first. Ball still in the box.
Push down, and now
They're gonna call
let's
that.
see. They're going to call it. Yeah, they are. Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I
Goes
like-
against Joshua Asante.
But you know what I liked about that play? No diving. He went down. He got pushed down, but he didn't roll and sprawl and moan and groan. You know, I mean, have the ref come over and everybody check him and the whole bit. He got down. He was a little shaken up. He got bounced right off the turf.
If he didn't get the whistle, would he bounce
Well,
right back?
and I'll tell you why. Yeah, and I'll tell you why that is.
Yeah.
These are younger players.
Uh-huh.
Some of the older ones that I saw in the first couple of years in this league.
New school? Less
It's
flopping?
just yeah. I mean, they're younger players. They don't flop.
Like it.
Younger players don't flop. Or they flop less. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Here's a free kick from way outside.
Oh, a header.
and
Preston
nice
Neal.
save, Neal, with his 4th save of the game.
Yeah, he had to go up and get that.
Yeah, he sure did.
That's where Bridgeport's Villalba, who's got some height, has an advantage on a play like that.
But there was no one on Neal to take him away from the play. You got to be careful here. You don't want to turn the ball over. And it's going to be Bridgeport's ball. I believe they're going to have a kick from the outside.
Yep.
Yeah, a push, but that's because of the turnover. That's what their pressure did.
Yep.
The hockey equivalent of a forecheck, right? They made that pressure play, and it turned the ball over. Nashua had to turn it over and then created the foul, and now we've got a free kick.
Daniel Villalba as
Kick from about
maybe-
20 yards out,
maybe
25.
Cabana will take
maybe
it. They're
20.
both lurking over there. Yeah. The sense of urgency getting up tier for Bridgeport. They're down the goal, 1-0, trying to equalize.
And the referee wanted to make sure everybody's in the proper spot. Here we go.
And it's Cabana's shot.
That
Does
blocked.
go nowhere.
Doesn't fool Nashua right there. They're ready for that play. The wall stayed firm.
Vlalova chips in into the box, gets headed or kicked over, actually, the frame. Goal kick for Preston Neal. That was one of the defenders that got up there and got a foot on that. Number 4, Malaki McGovern. A version of the bicycle kick, it looked like, or side foot. Substitution for both teams.
Yep.
Substitutions. Eagles trying to work the ball out of their
Yeah,
own
you got to
end.
be careful here.
Preston Neal's got that great foot. Booms it across midfield easily, right onto the foot of a teammate.
That was the most pressure I'd seen Bridgeport put on in this half, right? I mean, that was
Clearly, yeah. I mean,
Clearly.
you had that. Just before that, you had the back pass. And
yeah, right.
didn't do much with it, but that was
Right.
some pressure.
Oh, look at
Joshua
this. He's in.
Asanta and kicked away
Oh, and it's
by Malaki McGovern. Got
yeah,
to it first.
and the keeper moves out on a gamble, and
Yeah.
had that kick been mishit, ooh boy. Well, Nashua's going to have possession. They're going to get a throw in, I believe, from here.
It is a throw in.
Yep.
There's some grabbing going on here.
13:25 left to play.
Eagles-
1-0 Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles trying to set up a shot. Chip toward the middle. Joshua Asanta's there, but also the defender as it goes out of bounds for a goal kick for Bridgeport. Cool evening here on a May 11, 2024.
Yeah, this game will end right before it gets ice cold.
Yeah, it's going to be 30s tonight.
Yeah, it was 30s last
Wow,
night.
yeah.
It was high 30s last night.
See your breath. And also, you would have seen the Northern Lights if you looked up, I'm told, and shown by Pete
Johnson,
Johnson's
our executive
photography.
producer, yep.
We had the eclipse with the Northern Lights. I got to look
DJ
at the
Petey
astrology.
Pete was on the prowl. He did not sleep all night. He was out there taking photos of the Northern Lights, the wonders of nature.
A true education seeker
That's right.
on Nashua's education station.
That is something, though. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
yeah. Those great photos.
Well, I look at that as being more.
Then the eclipse.
Yeah, I
right?
really do. What does the eclipse do? It just gets dark.
It gets dark.
It gets dark at night
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, come
right?
on,
It gets
I'll show
dark
you.
at night, so
Yeah,
what's the
come
difference?
down the basement. I'll show you
Right.
darkness.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Turn the light
Here's
on.
a chance for a shot right here. Let's see if they take it.
Get
They
free,
do.
and a boomer goes over
Yeah.
the net. Wow. I think the player's pleading after the fact for a whistle, and the ref saying, hey, you had advantage right there. You don't want me to blow that dead. Chance to score. Which was true. Some of these players can really rocket the ball. And, you know,
That's what amazes me about the only goal in this game. The
yeah.
only goal in this game was you and
A
me
roller.
rolling it back
Yeah.
and forth.
yeah.
Yep.
Almost like an empty net goal in hockey.
It was,
It's like
it was. It was just a
nobody
tap
left,
in. A
nobody
layup.
home.
A layup. Ooh.
Brendan Walsh and Preston Neal there to collect that lead pass to no one in particular by Bridgeport, who are running low on time. 11 minutes to go.
The thing
Down a
is,
goal.
though, are they running low on fuel? That's the question, right?
Yeah. That seemed to be the case like early in the second quarter.
Yeah, they were
second
really,
half.
yeah. I mean, Nashua came out and really set the tone and led to a goal.
The Eagles looking for that insurance goal. Advance it down the field.
Oh, here's a chance, another one. Nope, couldn't get his footing.
That one looked painful.
And there is pain all over the field. As two players go down, but there's one that's on the far side
Yeah.
for Nashua that's hurt.
I believe that's number 21, who was a newer substitution, Faisal Abdallah.
And we get another card.
Ooh, we did?
Yes, we get another
Yeah.
card on Bridgeport. So now Nashua with
Aggressive tackle of Abdallah
With-
draws the card.
10 minutes left, Abdallah will have a chance for a kick.
I think he's going to...
Unless he splits it with his teammate that's over there.
He's going into the box. Good show of sportsmanship there. I think the player that tripped him up got the card, said, nothing.
No, Dallas State. He's right over there.
Yeah, well, I'm
He's
looking
on the
at
far side. You're looking at the wrong
I'm
player.
looking at 21 in blue.
And
Yeah, he was the one that took the spill.
Yep.
But it's somebody else was going to take the free kick, and nothing comes of it. And again, question why that's just on curl high went into the box, but now another Nashua Eagle hits the turf on the far side, slow to get up.
I don't see a card yet, so it's
a live ball.
It's all right for Bridgeport. It is a live ball. Here we go.
We resume. Into the corner and out off of the It's going to be a throw in for the Eagles.
Yep.
9 minutes exactly to go in this one. The Eagles trying to add to their 1-0
Ooh,
lead. There's a shot
boomer.
from distance.
Punched
and that's
out.
going to be a corner kick.
That was a quick shot, and it had some gasoline on it. That
did.
had some fire. That thing was
It might have
smoking.
squeaked inside the post, Tom. Oscar Acosta Mendez couldn't take the chance, and he couldn't handle it. It was so hard. Went out of bounds over the end line. Corner kick, Eagles.
And Nashua is doing a good job, John, of keeping possession, right?
Yeah.
This is
best defense, offense.
Corner kick sails over the box, and now Bridgeport will try to go on the offensive if they can get possession.
They do collect it in the corner and kick it upfield.
Yeah, but they still can't get it out. They've got to get it down. You know what? Bridgeport just hasn't had the speed on the wings.
That's a clean play
it is.
by Asante.
And they're battling for it. Now they're jostling, pushing. Little hands here. Somebody's going to get called. It's going to be Bridgeport.
Yeah, Kobena flirting with a yellow card right there.
Yeah, he was. Yep.
And it'll be free kick Eagles. Yeah, I think Alex was a little frustrated, number 25 in the white jersey for Bridgeport, that he was divested of possession there by Joshua Asante, and Eagles looking to advance the ball in the near wing. There's a kick across.
No!
Shot, goal!
Score. What a pretty kick.
What a connection by the Eagles. 2-0, they lead it. The pass from the near side, number 26. And we'll get the goal scorer for you momentarily.
All set up by the physical play from Bridgeport in the call.
Yes.
The call on the jostling right here in front of us near that blue line that's down there, and which is about the 35.
A direct result of that.
Yep.
Led to the Nashua goal and a terrific pass. Samuel Latona to Joshua Asante. 2-0. First goal scored also here in the second half was by Nick Awada.
So can Bridgeport make this interesting?
And to do that, of course, they need to score.
They just haven't shown it.
No, time. Is that a timeout or what's going on? Players down. Looks like a Bridgeport player slow to get up. And maybe it's Cabana again, who's a little bit hot under the collar. His teammates talking to him. As you often see in soccer, a lot of times teams police each other. I mean, the ref's so outnumbered out there with all the players around him, 10 apiece, that you do see that sometimes. One player.
Oh, we got another card coming up.
Appealing to the
What's
other.
this all about? If I'm not mistaken, is that 3 or 4 cards? He ended out, but
Tonight, 4, I think is right.
4, yeah. Including one on Diego, or is it 4 on Bridgeport? There's 1 on Diego, so they want to restart that again. They weren't ready
I hope
to go.
it's a restart, because otherwise somebody's going to get a yellow card
for catching the ball. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, it's the goaltender that's going to, the netminder is going to come up. Oscar Mendez is going to take this on the ozone
Yeah,
side
because
of the
he's
field.
got the foot for those kinds of plays, and Neal comes right in the crowd and grabs it.
Could he have hit the distance to the whole field, Tom?
Empty net goal.
Empty net goal
Yep.
was a possibility there.
We could have seen a play similar to what we saw in lacrosse last year in the quarterfinal
Yes.
here.
Yeah.
Where the goalie came out thinking that, well, you know, there's no time left. There's seconds. There's 1 second left. What are they going to do in 1 second? Well, they're going to shoot the ball right over your head all the way down the field into the goal.
That was so stunning.
That was a stunning play. I'll never forget that play. That was incredible.
a lacrosse defender, and I don't know what's the yardage on that.
It had 99 yards. It was,
and it landed not. It didn't bounce in. It went right in the air on the fly.
I think it went on the fly.
Yes, over the goaltender.
Yep.
Underneath
because
the crossbar.
The goaltender for Riv, I don't know if it was Sawyer.
He was only like 3 steps out.
I don't know if it was Sawyer Gagnon or not, but he came out and he came a few steps out.
Few steps out.
He came out to the the light pole where the light pole is, about that far out, and then realized he started running back, but he couldn't get there in time.
I mean, I think that's, to me, in my mind, that's even harder than a full court basketball make.
That's an ESPN highlight.
It is.
But it depends on who you talk to. Some lacrosse players you talk to they've seen it before.
Not that impressed.
They're not that impressed. 3:18 to play here in regulation time. We say regulation because there may be stoppage time added on. We're not sure. But
yeah, it's getting down.
You know what they did at the Revs 2 game? Jeremy Zelenis was actually on the PA. He would announce, the referee would inform
people
how much time he was giving for stoppage.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
This one is inbounds.
So Zelenis would say, he wouldn't say the exact, he would say no more than 4 minutes left in stoppage time. And that's what he would say once the clock hit 0.
Getting more involved away from his net here. You notice Oscar Acosta Mendez. Would just be so interesting to see one of the Eagles players just launch one here. Right now, he had another chance. Look where Oscar Mendez is. He's way out.
But, Bridgeport doesn't have time to do all that. They've got all the time to just kick the ball down the field and run after it. That's what they're doing here. And they got a one-on-one and a shot is high. Oh, my. A breakaway. You're not going to get a better look.
No, you will not. And Cabana tried, I think, a little too ambitious, going back up to the opposite corner. He had the whole left side of the goal, I think, to work with.
Yep.
Which would have been an easier shot.
He was onside and unbelievable.
That would have made it interesting. Really interesting. I mean, it's would have been a 1-goal game. Bridgeport trying to come right back down and get another golden chance. Eagles have another idea. Here's Latona. Wow, the guy that made the great pass to set up the second goal.
And he's going to just keep playing it. What he's doing is he's just doing that for time's sake, John.
Sure.
That's what he's doing. He's trying to delay and just kick the ball around and just try to knock it around to disrupt the attack and do anything he can to just keep that clock moving and keep moving. Keep things delayed.
Samuel Latona, number 26, been an impact player for International SC Nashua in the second half. Oscar Mendez. Under a minute to go, time being kept down on the field. It was a 1-goal game. Maybe we'd be on the edge of the seat here, but
but it's a 2-goal lead. They've stopped the clock, and now the referee's keeping the time on the field.
Yep. See if Bridgeport can put one by. You won't get a better chance than Cabana just had.
Tough to score 2 goals at this level in a minute's time.
Right. There's a kick ahead.
And for Bridgeport, tough to even score 1.
And a goal kick.
Yep.
So Preston Neal can boom this down the other way. You notice Oscar Mendez working his way back to his goal. Right here, 99 yards. Open net, Tom. Preston Neal. Go for it.
I'd do it.
Yeah, if it was lacrosse, man, you'd have to get closer to the goal than that. But good steal by Bridgeport. They play it into the middle. Cabana's got it again. Working their way to the opposite side, the opposite corner, and a step-up intercept by the Eagles. There can't be more than 30 seconds left in this one right now at this point.
You got to think there wasn't much stoppage time to have, so.
There's a long kick, and Neal will let that go out of bounds so he can get a goal kick out of it.
Right, so you can get a goal kick and also so the clock can tick down while the ball bounces,
Sure,
right?
yeah, that's the way it is.
Yeah,
soccer.
exactly.
Clock continues to run, even if
Taking
it's
his
being
time.
kept by the officials, and that's it.
No, we haven't heard it yet. You heard one whistle. You didn't hear the double whistle. You
You're
jumped
right.
the gun,
I
John
did.
Collins.
Yeah, I did. Bridgeport takes it away. It was the chirping that got to me.
I'm telling you, those birds.
They're soccer fans. Just like our coach's dad, you noticed down
That's
here
right.
at every game, you said?
Yep.
He's been here for years?
Yeah, he's been here for a few years. Yep.
Well, he saw a great performance by his son's team, Mr. Marote, Eusebio's dad,
First,
we were told.
Eusebio, not only at Northern Essex Community College
Still
head
there.
coach, but a former Daniel Webster College standout. Eusebio Marote. There's DWC soccer play people all over New England, John. Matt Correa, the former coaches at Salem State, he supplies a few of these players here.
Yeah.
Cedric gets pushed
Sante,
down. But
gets knocked down, and Joshua wanted a call, but
I don't know about that 30 seconds, John Collins. They're giving him some time here.
no, it's way more than 30 seconds.
Yeah,
it
there was a
feels
lot of
like.
stoppage time, evidently.
Maybe that 1 minute was deceiving that they left up on the clock. Maybe it was under 3.
I don't know, we blame Dante.
Yeah, let's blame Dante.
Let's blame Dante.
Let's blame the timekeeper.
Yep.
To the middle. And a chance here. What a save!
I think it was
The deflection by one of the defenders.
Yep.
Yeah, Preston Neal had gone down
Neal
on his
had gone
backside.
down, right.
But it ball popped up into the air, and I want to credit the backline defense of the Eagles for keeping a clean sheet. No goals against the Eagles in this one. 2-0. Looks like they're going to take it. And they're hoping for the team just above them in the standings. Could lose tonight. They'll move up into third place. Bridgeport, one more threat in the middle.
Another high kick.
Yeah, that one almost made it onto the softball field. So the longest minute in the history of Joanne Merrill Field continues.
Wow. There was a lot of stoppage time.
Yes.
Boy, they must have put at least 3 minutes on the clock.
It's a dog minute, I guess.
Wow.
It's like 7.
Well, let's see. We had a few bodies go down, but nobody really, spending all that much time to stop it.
Yeah.
Game in which they've been handing out yellow cards like candy in the second half.
Well, the thing is, we thought that they weren't blowing the whistle much in the first
yeah,
half.
a lot of physical
They must
play.
not have a whistle.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Let's see. I know it. Got to be close. Well, Bridgeport.
Time for one more goal.
Ball is way down. Well, I have
They have another one over there.
They have another one. They'll kick it to him.
Oh boy.
Boy, that's.
Yeah. Man, if I'm a Nashua Eagle player right here,
I just kicked the
looking at
ball
that
away.
net, it's like, come on, just like boom.
Yeah, really. Let's go here.
Steal it and kick it.
Yeah.
Get that empty netter.
Empty net goals. They bring the goalie up.
Oh.
Look at this.
Yep.
You don't see this too often,
No,
but they need 2. They're hoping for quick back-to-backs.
Right.
On the free kick that's going to go into the box, and let's see what happens.
If this doesn't get into the box, they're very vulnerable in the back end there. And it is deep in the box, and it goes out of bounds. I don't think a person laid a head or a foot on it.
And that'll do it. Do I hear 2 whistles? I only heard 1. Yeah, you're right.
But
Wow.
you are right, Tom. They are just walking it off here. Not really an emphatic multi-whistle blast, but we have reached the conclusion.
That's it. Yep, I
of
thought
this
so.
UPSL game, United Premier Soccer League, living up to its billing for the high-quality play. 2-0. Both goals coming in the second half. Congrats to the International SC Premier Club of Nashua, the Eagles, who are inching their way up the standings midway through the spring season here, 2024. Tom King.
All right, John
Let's
Collins.
do it again next season.
See you down the road.
Yeah. Thank you to our camera person, Dylan Smith. Good night from Rivier University, everybody.